topic will be interesting as many of you have probably not seen a 20-year-old plus Hermes Kelly bag. As the title suggests, I will be touching on the inevitable truth of the Kelly Retourne Slouch and my care tips on how I control the slouch and how I embrace it yet still enjoy the bag. Well, many of us as consumers of luxury goods and even luxury YouTubers are usually drawn to brand new bags or the newest editions. However, new bags eventually get old, and hence I have decided to give you some insights on the truths about the Kelly Retourne style and in particular in the swift leather. I do own a really vintage Hermes Kelly Retourne, and what's better than doing a case study on this bag? For those of you new to my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Lokie and I enjoy discussing about leathers, luxuries and sharing care tips. So I do encourage you to subscribe and join my family to keep in touch. Let's get real today and have a good look at the Kelly Retourne style slouch. Some facts first. This Kelly Retourne style bag is my first Hermes leather bag made in the year 1998, which makes it 23 years old. It is made in Gulliver leather, which has been discontinued by Hermes in 1999 and reintroduced back in 2005 under the new name Swift Leather. In all fairness and for familiarity's sake, we shall call it the Swift Leather in this video. So this Swift leather bag is known for its buttery soft texture, very fine grain and smooth. Swift leather reflects light extremely well and is well known to absorb dyes perfectly, which is why it is such a popular choice and can look vibrant in bright colors like pinks, blues, orange and greens. However, the downside of this leather is that it can stretch out and slouch over time. Now, let's talk about the Retourne style. Retourne means reversed, which also means that this bag is constructed like the Sellier and then turned inside out, resulting in the visible piping on the outside and hidden stitchings on the inside like this, and a more rounded and relaxed look overall. So putting two and two together, a soft swift leather bag in a Retourne style will give you a potentially slouchy bag like this. The Clermont's leather is another soft leather which I do not own, which could potentially also give you a similar effect. Let's get honest with this slouchiness and have a close look right now. Slouchy in my definition means droopy, unstructured and unable to stand up by itself. So our bag under case study today would be this Kelly 32 in Retourne style in swift leather as compared to a similar size 32 Kelly in Sellier style in Epsom leather. So back to the swift. Firstly, you can see the external piping here as compared to the Sellier style without the piping. With the Retourne style, a very casual, slouchy look. So this is the slouch that we are referring today. Whether you like it or not, this is a 20-year-old Retourne Kelly bag and the slouch is real. You can see it protruding on both sides of the bag. And of course, there's also a slouch in the piping here, giving it a nice dip in the bag. As compared to the Sellier, which still holds its structure from the day it was made. Now, let's turn this Retourne bag on its side view and the Sellier as well and have a look. There you go. This nice triangular shape on the side view as compared to the Retourne, which is slouchy, very casual, lots of excess leather. And I also spoke about the leather expanding. I will talk about it in the next segment. So this is the excessive stretch to a soft leather bag. And looking on its back, you can also see an obvious difference in the height, okay? Of course, with the slouch, most of the height is kind of compressed down, while the Sellier holds the height pretty well. These both bags are in size 32, so a little bit of a height difference now because of the slouch. And just looking on its back, a lot of leather through the length, which gives it a lot more possibility of the slouch there. There you go. So I do recommend, if you do own a new Kelly Retourne bag, put in a good size organizer and fill up small edges like this to prevent this permanent slouch, right? You go. And the other side, very casual look on the side here, very relaxed vibe, you know, something you can throw around if this bag doesn't really matter much, something that you can use and enjoy. So this is the Kelly slouch. The Kelly slouch in Retourne style is real compared to the Sellier, which is still structured from the day it was made. There you go. So this is the 23-year-old Kelly Retourne bag. Of course, one can view slouchiness in two ways. It can look very casual and playful, like a throw-around hand carry bag, while some people may view it differently, like it's lost its shape and it's distasteful, which then makes it not a favorite bag in one's bag collection. For what it's worth, this Kelly Retourne style in size 32 is after all my first Hermes leather bag, and it holds sentimental value, and I absolutely love the pop of color. If I could wind back the clock and reconsider purchasing this bag, I would buy it again in a heartbeat. I chose to embrace the slouchy look with this special Kelly. It is my only Kelly in the Retourne style in my collection. I feel that it gives off a very casual weekend vibes, especially with this playful cherry red pop of color and gold hardware. Also, with this Retourne style slouchy look, it has the capacity to carry more items if you need to run errands with, as compared to the structured Sellier style. In all, this bag is more forgiving in its capacity, and if you really need the hands-free, you know, you have the strap. I can certainly do a comparison video for the Kelly 32 Retourne versus the Kelly 32 Sellier if any of you are interested, so let me know in the comment section below. Now, controlling the slouch is key when owning an Hermes Kelly in Retourne style. My first tip is to go with smaller sized bags. Something like a Kelly 25 or a size smaller definitely does not allow for slouchiness. A smaller size bag still has the four external piping, which acts like pillars to a house, but the difference is less leather on either length to allow for sag or slouch. My second tip is to go with a bag insert, a pillow or stuffings which is suitably sized for your Kelly as soon as you get your hands on one. This helps it stay structured when carried and when stored. In my opinion, it kind of preserves the lifespan and structure of the bag. When I mean suitably sized, I mean the right size for the bag. This is because overstuffing the bag can be detrimental to the leather and the eventual shape of the bag. Which brings me to tip number 3, which is not to overload the bag. Though a big bag like this is tempting to lug around as an errand bag, but do be mindful of the weight it carries in it. Overloading the bag with excess items and weight does put unnecessary pressure on the leather and the base, and with time, this can eventuate into a slouchy looking Retourne. So things I usually stuff in would be like a light shawl, which is bulky but light, and little things like key pouch and a wallet. My last tip would be to store it on its back, lying down. This is because gravity plays a huge role in the slouch, and when the leather is standing up when not in use, and more often than not, we do store our bags for most of the time when not in use. So imagine the weight of the handles, and the top flap will weigh down on the rest of the bag and cause the piping to slouch and cave down. Something to think about. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, the Kelly Retourne Slouch is real, whether you like it or not. Embrace it if you have one, use it well, and enjoy this little piece of luxury. I hope my tips on controlling the slouch will be helpful if you are intending to purchase a Kelly in Retourne style, or if you have just got one. Thank you once again for coming to support my video, and I hope you subscribe and join my luxury family and like this video. Take care and stay safe everyone. Goodbye.